So let's turn the conversation now to Twitter, and we'll talk to one group that is trying to maybe turn that conversation from a strict negative to build some positive momentum behind what's happening over on Twitter. We're joined now by Zander Schultz. He's the founder of the new Super PAC Defeat by Tweet. So Zander, I guess kind of start with explaining what your goal is here, and then maybe we can get into just what opportunity you saw on Twitter, because as I outlined, I don't think any of us think it's controversial that Twitter mostly sucks, but maybe there's a way to turn that around.
Yeah, I think we're definitely capturing some of that energy that you're speaking of, which is, these platforms are kind of in a bind. Like, they're housing this like hate speech, and people who are pushing, racism and bigotry are being rewarded with following, or at least attention, right? Like, I think Trump seems kind of agnostic whether it's good or bad attention, but he wants attention. And so these guys are doing this basically without consequence. And so we wanted to flip that on his head and say, collectively, we can add consequences here. We can be the equivalent of like the soda tax as a group, and say, like, look, now every time you open your digital mouth, not real mouth, digital mouth, you're going to know that you're going to be funding Black community organizers in all the swing states that are turning out their communities to vote down ballot to get the DAs, the sheriffs, the judges, the local officials they deserve. But all of that energy also translates up ballot, and usually doesn't translate into a Trump vote. And so I think we're trying to kind of capture two energies. One, we're all sick of this guy, and we want to do something, anything, to give him some consequences. The guy's lived without consequences his entire life. This privileged guy has just gone around and hurt people. And then secondly, we're having a very mature conversation about what is our moral obligation to Black Americans, and how do we lean into this? And I work for a family office over here that moves millions of dollars into criminal justice reform. We believe, one of the best ways we can do that is help Black communities build the political power they deserve, and help them get the officials they deserve, the local officials they deserve. And that translates to great results when it comes to criminal justice reform. But really, it's an asset that they get to keep and build with. And so while we're having this moment where people want to lean in and support Black communities, if we can translate that energy into political power and organizing power, we're really excited to do so.
And Zander, some quick math here. So you point out that Trump is averaging around 30 tweets per day. 900 per month, and your goal initially is getting 1 million people to give on average 2 cents per tweet, right? And then that could equate to $18 million into these organizations. Can you give us a sense of how you came to that sort of decision, and what a realistic timeline is for you? Because I'm guessing all of this, of course, has to be ahead of the November election. How many people have you signed up so far, and what's your kind of big moonshot goal?
Well, we're in hour 3 over here. I'll say this. First of all, isn't that tweet number crazy? Like, the guy's president of the United States, 30 tweets a day. It's an insane number. But look, our goal, we've been organizing high net worth donors to give to this strategy for a few months now. And we've been wanting to do a retail strategy as well. We know people want to participate and help get us past this terrible era we're in. But retail's hard. It's hard to figure out something that, can grab people's attention and get people to lean in a bit. There's a lot of noise. And so once we kind of had this idea in the midst of this moment, we thought, okay, maybe this can happen. Maybe we can get a critical mass of people aboard and giving to this strategy. And so it was pretty easy in terms of we had already done our homework on which organizations we wanted to fund, who are some of the most effective organizations in these swing states, and we're already moving millions of dollars towards them. It was more kind of like seizing this moment. There's a group called Momentum that we partnered with that has this feature within their app. And so we decided to pull that feature out in terms of, they had a feature where you could give to the ACLU every time Trump tweeted. So we decided to pull that feature out and create a standalone brand around it. And we're having a great day so far. I mean, we're in like hour 3 over here, but we're coming up on, last I checked, we're coming up on 1,000 donors. We're giving about $175 a tweet. I hope, hopefully that hits that hockey stick chart, that we're hoping to. I know a few influencers I can't name right now, but they have a lot of followers that are yet to post today, but will post today. We've had great people like Olivia Wilde and Noah Centineo already lean in, a bunch of other folks. I've been not very productive in the midst of this, following on what's going on.
Zander, quickly, when you think about even the folks you just named, I'm a fan of Olivia, Noah, and yourself. You're 3 white people, right? When you think about the buy-in and the homework that you needed to do in order to make sure that this was going to be the right initiative, I understand you collaborated with Color of Change, but can you tell me more about how you got buy-in from the Black community?
Yes, look, I'm just here to be a bridge, right? We already have the heroes we need. They just aren't connected to all the resources. So I'm just trying to bridge to a lot of the leaders out there. We do a lot of criminal justice reform work. So we're funding a lot of these leaders already in different capacity. And so we've had these relationships for a while. I've talked to Patrisse Cullors several times this week. I've talked to Rashad Robinson several times this week. Those are collaborators that help us, think through and meet individuals. There's countless other individuals that we speak with on this front. I think in general in life, I'm here to be a bridge and just try to connect dots as best I can. We work with Movement Voter Project, who is really, really well respected. Movement Voter PAC is actually who's our grant maker in this work. And they've done a fantastic job over the years identifying the most effective community organizers that aren't usually connected to the types of resources they need to really win the elections they deserve to win.
All right, Zander Schultz with Defeat by Tweet. You said you got 1,000 donors so far. We'll check in with you through the fall as we get towards the election. Exciting stuff for you guys. Thanks for joining the program today.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Take care. Bye, Melody.
Hey, investors. Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.